Exciting. For 2026 applications are starting very soon in September 2025. But it is very exciting that a lot of MBA programs have opened up their application portal for submissions. So, in today's session, I'm going to walk you through top MBA programs, top MBA universities in the US currently accepting application for fall 2026, and they do not require GRE or GMAT examination. That is the most important part of this video. All the universities I'm going to walk you through do not require GRE or GMAT test, and so you just need to gather your documentations and put in your application as soon as possible. A lot of the deadlines are coming up, and so you need to gather your application documentations and put in the application as quick as you can. Right, let's start quickly to walk through the universities. So you just always, I tell people that you don't need any link or anything to go to a university's website. All you need is a university's name. So if you know about a particular university or you hear the name, you just type the name of the university on Google, and whatever program you are looking for, you can go further to be specific on that program. And if you want to see the admission requirements, you just type, for instance, the University of Virginia MBA admission requirements, and you are good to go. But I'm going to take you through top universities in the US, very top universities in the US for MBA. And these universities I have compiled here for today are not requiring you to write GRE or GMAT standardized test score. That is very interesting because a lot of people always find it difficult in, I mean, putting things together to write a GRE examination, the cost of the GRE exam, and then the resources of learning and going to write the exam is very difficult for some people. So it is always great to get universities accepting students for their MBA programs with no GRE requirement, and I am super excited about it. Right, my first university on the list for today is University of Virginia Business School. University of Virginia Business School, and it is one of the top universities in the US that has a very high return on investment. So it is very exciting to consider University of Virginia as my number one university in this whole list of universities. So let's go straight into it. Just look at the admission requirements. Always remember to look at the application fee you are going to pay for the university. Look at the admission deposit requirement. So one thing is that a lot of universities in the US require you to pay admission deposit. So you always need to be aware of that and know how much you'll be paying for your admission deposit before you put in the application, because that is going to be an important portion of the whole process of your MBA application. Let's go into it quickly on early action, which is the first deadline for the University of Virginia MBA program. So this is actually telling you what it takes to go through the early action application. But the most important thing I'm looking at for today is the admission requirement, and where we will see that the university is not requiring you to write a GRE or a GMAT. Application guidelines. Let's go here quickly and see whatever comes out. So yes, step-by-step guide to the application process. Select your deadline. So you need to select a deadline in the application process. But the most important thing I'm looking at for today is take standardized test score or submit a test waiver. It's really clear. I haven't opened it up, but you can see take standardized test or submit test waiver. And I have already submitted my test waiver for this university. So you go down to understand what it takes to have a waiver for the standardized test score. So for some candidates, a test score may not be needed for our admission committee to assess their preparedness for that. Waiver applications will be evaluated on case-by-case basis. If you want to understand the waiver, please refer to our admission frequently asked questions page. So It is easy to request for a waiver. You would answer some simple questions, write an essay, upload your resume, and you are good to go to apply for a waiver for the MBA application at the University of Virginia. Great university, top university when it comes to return on investment, and then top university placing people in top investment companies or banks in the US, as well as consulting companies in the US. So sounds great to consider the University of Virginia. Next university on my list is Michigan University, or the University of Michigan. MBA at Michigan University is one of the top MBA in the United States. So you may want to consider Michigan Rose. So Michigan University at Ann Arbor is what I'm talking about. Michigan University at Ann Arbor is what I'm talking about. So we are looking at standardized tests for this university. Test scores provide an additional relevant data point for the admission committee to consider in reviewing your application holistically. For some candidates, a strong test score can strengthen their candidacy. Now, alternative demonstrations of quantitative academic readiness. Some candidates may be able to adequately demonstrate their quantitative readiness for the rigor of the program without the need to submit a test score. Instead, you must submit a statement that supports your case and provides alternative evidence of readiness. Options that you can submit in the application to show that you are ready for the MBA program without any GRE or GMAT is master's degree in analytical or quantitative discipline. So if you hold a master's degree in analytical or quantitative discipline, you can actually demonstrate that you are quantitatively ready for the program. If you have a CPA or CFA or international equivalent, so CPA is equivalent to CA in Ghana and ICANN in Nigeria, and CPA in other countries outside the United States or North America, you can also demonstrate that for a GMAT or GRE waiver. So Michigan University MBA, one of the top MBA programs that you may want to consider for 2026. Straight to Atlanta, Georgia, one of the top universities in Atlanta, Georgia is Georgia Tech University. And their full-time MBA do not require you to write GRE or GMAT. Application is already ongoing with round one deadline on October 1st, 2025. Interviews are going to take place November 12th to November 17th, and decision and notification will be given by November 21st. Let's go down a bit to see the requirement regarding GRE. So GMAT focus or GRE score. We accept GMAT focus and GRE scores as part of the admission process. Official GMAT or GRE scores are valid for 5 years and will review your highest overall score. Refer to the admission deadline to plan. The full-time MBA program offers a test optional admission path for applicants who do not have the test scores or do not wish to disclose test scores in the application process. Very simple. Review the test optional frequently asked questions. So a top MBA program at Atlanta, Georgia do not require you to have GMAT or GRE. I'm just giving you the top MBA programs in the United States that do not require you to write GRE or GMAT for your application process. Another top university, number 24 in the whole ranking of MBA programs in the US, is Washington University at St. Louis, Olin Business School. And I have a personal experience with this university. So round one application deadline is October 5th, and then notification by November 7th. Application is ongoing. Let's go straight. Application fee. We do not charge an application fee for the full-time MBA program. So there's no application fee for this university. Application process. You need 1-page resume, academic transcript, required essay, English proficiency, exam score, international applicants, only most international applicants, non-US citizens or non-US permanent residents, must submit TOEFL. In most instances, it is waived clearly here. Standardized test score. Standardized test score are recommended but not required. Washington University at St. Louis, all in business school. Next, a very top university in California, University of California in Los Angeles, a very top MBA university, not requiring GMAT or GRE. So while test scores provide additional relevant data point for the admission committee to consider, a test score is not required at the University of California, Los Angeles, Anderson School of Management. Top university. Application deadline is October 1st, 2025 for fall 2026. Remember, the application entry or the admission entry that we are talking about now is for 2026. And a lot of deadlines are coming up in October, specifically on October 1st, 2025. A lot of people are not aware of this, that MBA programs open up their application portal early, and you need to put in the application to be very competitive for scholarships and admission. So do well, consider the University of California, Los Angeles, Anderson School of Management for their full-time MBA. You are not required to take GMAT or GRE. Let's go to another top university, University of Wisconsin. University of Wisconsin School of Business. So you go down here to look at standardized test score. GMAT focus, GMAT, GRE are optional for candidates who earned an accredited US undergraduate degree and have 2 years of professional work experience. You can apply for the test waiver by completing text waiver request form. Candidates who are below 3.0 GPA are strongly encouraged to take either the GMAT Focus or GRE to show the admission committee that they have the academic ability to handle rigors of the MBA program. Top MBA program, no GMAT or GRE requirement. Straight to the University of Washington, Foster School of Business. Application deadline, October 1st, 2025. So you can see a lot of them having October 1st, 2025 as their application deadline. Official GMAT or GRE score report or completed. Test optional summary of qualifications. So it's either you submit a GRE score report or you complete test optional summary of qualifications. Very simple. You don't need GRE or GMAT for this top university. Next is Southern Methodist University, Coase School of Business. Go down here. Application deadline is August 6, 2024. Okay, so this is basically for 2025, but the university do not require GRE. That is why it is included for this, and the application portal will open very soon and they will update this here. So optional GMAT, GRE or EA test course taken within the last 5 years, optional. You are not required to submit your GRE to this university in your application process. Right. The next is American University. American University. Very simple. Go down here, look at GRE or GMAT score. Waiver essay. So we believe in a holistic application review and consider an entire application when evaluating candidates for admission. We believe that test score is only one piece of an application and is not the sole indicator of success in our program. That said, applicants to these programs are strongly encouraged to submit GMAT GRE score as part of the application if they feel it is best representative of their application. If you are not submitting a GMAT or GRE test score, you must submit GMAT GRE waiver essay detailing your academic readiness for the quantitative rigor of a graduate business program. So American University, located at Washington, D.C., do not require you to write GMAT or GRE for your business school application. Fordham University, located in New York. Love that university. Application fee is $130 unless it has been waived. Learn more here. Standardized test score, optional, clearly here. So you don't need to submit a standardized test score. Great. Then Case Western University, my very own, located in Cleveland, Ohio, do not require you to submit GMAT or GRE score. So waivers available clearly here. I don't want to go deep into reading. So just go to this university's website and read more for yourself. Last university on the list is the University of Cincinnati, very own in Ohio as well. Application deadline is October 15, 2025 for round 1. A lot of runs. Remember, every MBA program is having a lot of runs in the application. So round 1 is there, round 2, round 3. And they indicate international applicants must apply before the international deadline on March 15, 2026. So you have from now up to 2026 to put in your MBA applications. But the earlier you apply, the better for you for scholarships and admissions. These are top universities in the US for MBA with no GMAT or GRE requirement. Thank you so much for joining me for today, and I'm super excited that you have these universities on your list to consider in your MBA application. And I will entreat you to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Like this video, share for other people to also know about it so that they can also put in their application. See you in the next video. Stay tuned and stay safe.